Hey gang, today we're going to do a Ritchie Blackmore inspired lick that's got some fast arpeggios, it's got some melodic playing, and it's got some fast picking at the end. It sounds a lot harder than it actually is, so I think that when you get into playing it sort of note for note, when we get into the lesson, you'll find it's not that bad at all. Okay, hey, as always, if you like this one, give it the thumbs up, and if you haven't yet, subscribe for one or a couple of these every week. We'll see you in just a second. All right, gang, let's go over this now note for note. First things first, you definitely want to download the tab on this one. It's going to make your life a lot easier. Now, because this one follows the chords, the first part of this lick totally follows the chord progression. We got to know the chord progression, right? So the chord progression is this. And that is a C sharp minor. Actually, I'm just playing a power chord, but it's important to know that that's a minor. C sharp minor to an A, to an E, to a B. All right, so that's what's going on. That's a progression. So now let me play the whole lick slowly, and then we'll break it down part by part. Okay, so here is the whole lick slowly. Okie doke. Well, that's the whole riff or the lick or whatever. And you can see the first part is all sort of arpeggios or fake arpeggios or whatever you want to call them, okay? But they follow the chord. So the first thing we're going to do is we're going to learn this part of the lick. That part right there, okay? So let's go over that. So for this one, we've got C sharp minor, and then A, and then E, and then B. So we've got to learn to play over each of those. So we've got this little fake arpeggio, and I'll show you the first one, and you'll see that they all kind of follow easily from each other. So the first one is this. All right, so that one is on the first string. These are all in the first and second string, these arpeggios. So here we're pulling off twice from 16 to 12 on the first string. Then we're coming to the 14th on the second, and back to the 12th on the first. And we're doing that whole thing twice, so like this. That's what happens on that C sharp. Now we play over the A. This is really simple. All we're going to do is we're going to move our pinky from the 16th to the 17th and play the exact same pattern otherwise. So we're pulling off 17, 12, 17, 12, and then playing 14 on the second, 12 on the first. So again, all right, now it's a bit of a stretch, but not too much, so you should be okay with that one. All right, then we move to the E chord. Now I cheat a little bit on this one, and I don't really do an E arpeggio. I do the C sharp minor arpeggio again. So I should probably do this, pull off from the 16 to the 12, and then play the 12 on the second, like this. That's probably okay, and that's easy enough to do. However, I just decided to do the 14 again. So the same thing we did with the C sharp, we're going to play over the E. And now for the B, which is the big resolve, we actually do have to shift, and it's this right here. Okay, so that one is pulling off on the first string from 14 to 11 twice, and then playing 12 on the second, 11 on the first, and then doing it again exactly the same. So it does it twice. And then ending up on the 14th on the second. We're going to play a little melodic line here. Okay, so now we're going to get into the second part, and it's this little melodic line here. Okay, so what am I playing there? So I'm playing here, basically as soon as you play this line leading into it, just let that ring, and you're going to slide up from the 14 to the 17 on the second string and play the 14th on the third. Okay, and then we're going to play a little hammer-on and pull-off from the again on the third string. We're going to play a little hammer-on and pull-off on the third string, 13 to 14, and then fourth string, 16, 14, and slide up from 14 to 16 on the third string. Okay, so that whole thing sounds like this. You want it to have a little bit of a stately sound. And I should say, this is basically an E major. We're playing on an E major scale, right? So we're playing over an E major scale there, but I'm not really trying to play a scale pattern or anything like that. It certainly is within that tone or within that E major scale. But we're trying to play some specific notes here. So again, you want to slide up on this one. All right, now here's the finale. All right, so this one, the whole key to this is this 3-note per string fingering. We're going to start on the fourth string, 14, 16, 18. Then play the same thing on the third string. So it sounds like this. All right, so 14, 16, 18, 14, 16, 18. All right, and then we're going to play 14, 16, 18 on the third string, and then 16, 17, 19, and then bend it up a whole step on the 19th, and give it nice vibrato. So so the whole line is this. Notice that we're playing this on the third string twice, right? We're playing this line. All right, and that's it. Okay, let me play the whole lick one more time. It goes through the whole progression twice. Here's the first time through, okay? And that's it. All right, gang, there you go. See, I told you it wasn't that bad. It's got some fast parts to it, no doubt about it. And it follows the chords, but those simplified arpeggios really make a big difference. And that fast line, once you understand the fingering and once you understand the passage, isn't that bad. Okay, until next time, we'll see you down the road.